What's up, y'all? I'm Black Talent Sport. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be the install of the Auxito LED high beams. But first, I want to remind you guys to please continue to smash that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, make sure it's on all so that you'll get notified when I come out with these videos. I greatly appreciate it. Right now, if you haven't seen the unboxing video, I would encourage you to do that. We're not going to look at the LEDs too much in this video. We're just going to do the install. I'm going to after I install, I'm going to show you the beam patterns of these Auxitos, and then I'm also going to do a comparison later on of the stock high beams and these Auxitos, so that you can see the difference in the upgrade and how well the beams perform. Alright, so stick around for this video. Alright, so I'm just gonna take these out. Alright. Just gonna work towards getting this installed. I literally hate putting my hand in that area there, man. It's so tiny. You got, you know, really not much space to get inside. Wearing gloves because it's ice cold outside, and hate working on a car outside, but just trying to create some sort of buffer with these gloves. But anyway, this driver here, when the bulb is installed, anytime they have like any sort of like drive or anything, this is the area where I like to try and mount it. As you see, I have some double-sided tape there from another install, but it has lost its glue. So what I'm going to do is going to use these zip ties that Auxito provided to try and secure the driver to anywhere in this area, depending upon how it fits. So let me go ahead and put this inside. First, I'm going to try and just put it in the socket and then plug it in and work out where everything needs to go. So let's get to that right now. I hate this area, boy. It's always so tight, man. Always. I'm just looking at the chip. Looking at the chip. Somebody speaking Creole in the background. Wonderful. The woes, bro, the woes. Alright, I'm gonna try to eyeball it. Eyeball it. Let me see. This probably won't come out on camera, but we'll see. Got the two bigger tabs and the smaller one. Let's see. Oh man, music. This guy wants to have his music on while he warms up his car. Man. Get out of there. What just happened, bro? Now sometimes you can put your hand right in front of where the washer reservoir is. There is a hole there, so if you have long fingers, you can sometimes adjust it there. Hi, watch the dog poop. That's my daughter.
Oh, hi. Hi, YouTube. I'm just coming back from school.
How was school today?
Good.
Alright. You went upstairs already?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so there's a technique that I found that probably works best when trying to get these headlights into the right position. If you grab the cord and control it with one hand while reaching down into the housing and getting the bulb into position with your other hand, that works best, because any other way the driver and the cord will be really getting in the way, and it's kind of awkward to kind of control where the bulb needs to go if you have that dangling. So it's best to, with one hand, grab the cord, and with the other hand, adjust it. Now, once you finally get it into position where it's in the housing, this can happen. Sometimes the bulb or the chip will not be in the correct position. You see how it's not perfectly horizontal? It needs to be horizontal to work properly. So what's going to require you to do is to pull it out and make the adjustments with the Allen provided in this kit.
So this is the adjustment here. Just loosen it a little bit, and then now it can turn. Alright, so yeah, we just gotta get it in the right position again. Now I'm gonna tighten it. Hopefully that's the right position. All right, let's get back to it here. Let's see if that's right. I just had to make another adjustment because it was off slightly, just ever so slightly. I'm trying to line it up with the reflector lines inside of the housing, so I just want to get it a little more perfect. I mean, it's going to take some time, but besides the fact that I just hate sticking my fingers down here, I just want to get it just right, you know, just right. So once I get this perfectly lined up, great, street light just came on, that's what's up. Once I get this perfectly lined up, I'll turn the camera back on and show you the alignment that I'm trying to get and everything. All right,
this is how it should look. The chip is perfectly horizontal. This way the beam pattern will reflect properly off of the reflectors.
now hopefully you can still see, but this is what I have to normally resort to sometimes because this space is so tight. The bulb is in, right? And now I'm just realizing I got to take it out again because I did not put the boot on. So let me go ahead and do that. All right, so I just slipped the boot on, and I'll get back to why that hole is in the boot, but I just wanted to show you what I'm working with here in terms of space, man. It's always retarded in here, so I usually try to get get my needle nose pliers to help out when possible. Okay, that's up. Okay, so let me get this boot on and I'll bring you guys back up. In situations like this, when I can't see, I actually work better by feeling. Sometimes I'll just close my eyes and feel around because I know where it has to go. So there we go. You know, it's tough to kind of get in here and try to see and do at the same time. So I usually just feel it. And see, I don't know if it's gonna come out, but I was able to get it in there where it needed to go just by feeling it. All right, so let me go ahead and plug in. All right, so now let's talk a little bit about this situation going on here. But first, I'll talk about the boot. The boot there needs to have a hole in it because of the fan. You can see the fan down there. Whenever you have HID or LED bulbs, they have a fan on them for what purpose? To keep the chip or the bulb cool. Someone had asked if I could just go into this a little bit more detail, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this. You know, somebody had mentioned, all right, you're not worried about water and moisture getting in there? My answer to that will always be no. I'm not concerned about that. The hole is there so that that chip can breathe. On a previous vehicle, I installed some HIDs and I never put a hole in it. And what ended up happening is the housing all inside of here got burned. It was literally burned. So from that point on, I was like, okay, I have to get either some boots that come with a hole in it. I know that I've seen those before. I figured I didn't want to spend money on doing something I can do myself. So I put a hole in it. Just cut a little X in there and just kept trimming around. You typically want to trim it to fit whichever size the fan is, but you know, like I said, this is my third set of LEDs and I couldn't do that. So if you have not upgraded to any sort of LEDs or HIDs or whatever, and you don't have a hole there, when you do decide to upgrade to LEDs or HIDs, whichever you're doing there, I would suggest you put a hole there. You know, that fan is there to keep it cool, keep the chip cool, keep the board cool. The only way that it can keep cool is if it can draw in air. The only way it's going to draw in air is if you cut a hole. Now, if you're looking at this and thinking, why didn't you tuck those wires? Now, because of, and this is the only brand of LEDs that I'm actually having this somewhat of an issue, which not a big issue, but because I had to do the adjustments to make sure that that chip is sitting nice and flush with the lines of the reflectors in the housing, I had to adjust the screw on the back side of it. So I had to adjust it so much to the point where right now the wire is preventing me from tucking in my plug. I usually like to have my plug plugged inside of there, and then I'll either zip tie or, you know, glue whatever driver is associated with it to that piece. But because you can't see it, the position of the wire, see how it's right up against where I would normally tuck in the plug, I'm not able to do that, which is fine. I'm not worried about it. It's not a big deal for me. And the Auxito LED cord is short, so you know, it's really tucked in there rather nicely. There's nothing around it for me to even zip tie it to. So I'm okay with that. I really am. I'm okay with that. That's nice and short. It's not like you know, blocking anything important or hanging down or anything. So I'm okay with this. So I'm going to leave it like that. All right, now I'm going to do the other side, of which I'm probably not going to turn the camera on unless there's something crazy, because it's just the same process as this side. Please don't mind my dirty engine bay. So this is just a very quick comparison between this other set of LEDs that I had. The one on the right is the low beam and the one on the left is the high beam. This is the other company. And immediately you can see there's a color difference, right?
The high beams is, it's not the same as the low beams there. But take a look at the Auxitos. They are exactly the same color. I'm not sure if it's going to come out on camera. I'll take a picture. In the picture it definitely comes out, but the high beam, this is the low beam, and this is the high beam. It's literally like the same color now as to before. So real quick, I'll do it. See how it's virtually the same color? And you can clearly see these are not the same color. LEDs definitely, but the 65K Auxito is an exact match to the stock low beam.
I had to do the same adjustments on the right side, but eventually I got it right. So why don't we just take a quick look at this montage of these beautiful Auxito headlights.
We're going to be looking at the beam pattern in an urban setting. So this is going to be the high beam in the moment. This is high beam. It's penetrating very deep. There is not two big spotlights hitting the middle of the road in front of me. The light pattern seems to be spread out pretty good and hitting almost everything, even up high. See, that's the low beam. Now watch the top right. See how it hits those signs? I'm gonna put it on. Watch those trees over there. Wish I was in a different area, you know, like where there's less lights on, so you can see it a little bit better, but just wasn't able to get to that area tonight. So let's look at the ground. See? It's not like just two big beams going straight ahead. The light is actually spreading out.
Just take a look at how the houses get lit up with the top right and top left.
This is another good one. Look at the apartment building up there. And the signs all the way down. Here you can clearly see how the trees would get lit up with the high beams on. High beams on, low beams on. So let me do the high beam only. Look at that. All right, so at this point, we're going to be looking at the beam pattern up against the wall. Just so you know, I am approximately 24 feet away. You know, that's the standard. So I got as close as possible to that 24 feet. So this is what you're going to see with the low beams and the fog lights on. All right, so what I'm going to do now is just try to get the pattern, the beam pattern of the high beams only. To do that, I got to turn all the lights off. Only thing that's on right now are the daytime running lights. So what you're going to see now is the high beam come on. Boom, there you have it. That is the Auxito LED high beam pattern for the Explorers. See? That looks pretty good. I really like what I see here, color-wise and pattern-wise. I'm gonna try to bring the camera back a little bit more. I have the camera up by my A-pillar. But those 2 points on the top right, that point in the top right and the top left is really, really important. That gives you that nice high. And then look at that peak up there too. You know, that's what gives you that that light being illuminated high. Whatever needs to be a little, like if you're going on a winding road, you know, you need to see up ahead. That's what's going to give you the light. I must say, I really like it. I really like the beam pattern. I like the color. The color of these are actually almost an exact, if not the exact match to the low beams, the stock low beams. Some of the others, as I should have showed you before, their color was just off of the high beams for the other two companies. But this one, I really like it a lot. I really like what I see here. Really like it. So let's just go right to the low beams on and the high beams. All right, that's the low beam without the fog lights. Let's turn the fog lights on. All right, just to make sure that the fog lights are actually on. That's just the fog lights only. See the cutoff. Love the cutoff of the halogen, of the projector LED fog lights that we have. I love it. That cutoff is serious. So that's low beams only, no fogs, low beams and fogs. So this is going to be the low beams and the high beams, no fogs. And this is what you will be seeing, because our low beams don't go off when the high beams come on. So this is exactly what you'll be seeing. Well, if you would like to purchase Auxito products and actually take advantage of the 15% off that they are giving my viewers, head on over to Auxito.com using my link down below, and use the code BlackTalentFamily to get your 15% off. All the links will be in the description of this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, well, that's going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and then stay tuned. We got plenty more videos that's coming your way. Would also like you to make your video suggestions in the comments below. All right, now please remember to have a blessed day and peace out.
At this point, I've put about 400 miles on the new level 10 transmission, and I just wanted to do a little test roll at 50% throttle, banging through first, second, and third, just to see how it feels.